Okay, it's Mr. Herman back again with another problem. This one's going to be a work problem. This is the two-step type work problem like you're going to see in the test. You start by making a table, which has several parts to it. The first is going to be worker. And this is based on, again, Deanna takes so long to mow the lawn, then Cindy takes a certain amount of time. They're different times. How long does it take if they work together? So you got to figure that out first. Then the second part is the part where we talked about if somebody gets sick or they can't make it, and then somebody else helps. And then we're going to figure out at the end, the last part, which is how long does it take for Tommy and Cindy compared to Deanna and Cindy to do it. Notice it says about. About, of course, means it's approximate. You don't need an exact answer, but about how long. So we'll start with making the table with a worker, a quantity, a rate, and a time. And I'll make a little table out of that. And let's see, we have Deanna, Cindy, and then together. And you want to make it a little table. If this is too fast, you can always pause it and catch up. We always said the quantity is 1 for all the problems we do. It isn't for every kind of problem, but for these it is. So you're only going to have to deal with 1s for the quantity. Then the second column you fill out is the time. We're going to use minutes because it's all in minutes, but make sure if it's not all in the same unit, you change it so it is. It is possible in the test there could be one with different units. So Deanna takes 40 minutes. Cindy takes 30. And Tom, together we don't know, so we'll put a T there for that. Now the rate is the time divided, the quantity divided by the time. So the rate for Deanna is 1/40th. The rate for Cindy is 1/30th. And the rate for together is 1/T. So now we need to make an equation. We make the equation from the rate column, this column right here. We say that Deanna's rate plus Cindy's rate equals their rate together. So 1/40th plus 1/30th equals 1/T. And to solve that, I'd probably add these two together. If you add those two together, 1/40th plus 1/30th, use a calculator for that so it's easy. You get 7/120. And then we talked about how the easiest way to simplify this after that is to just flip these both around since I have a 1 here. So 120/7 equals T/1. It's the same thing. Then divide 120/7 in your calculator, and you can do that with the fraction function. So just put in 120 ABC 7, and you get 17 1/7. So that means it takes them together approximately 17 1/7 minutes. Now we got to figure out how long it takes for Tommy and Cindy to mow the lawn. So to do that, we're going to take now Tommy and Cindy in here. So make a new chart for Tommy and Cindy, and then together. A little bit sloppy there. And then worker, we put the worker part up here too. Quantity, rate, and time. Quantity's still 1. The times are different though, so let's see. Tommy's time, how long does it take him? 35 minutes. Cindy takes, we said earlier on, it was 30, right? And then together they're T again. The rates are, again, just divide quantity by time. (1/T). So we're going to use this column again for the equation. You always use the rate column for the equation. So that's going to be 1/35 plus 1/30 equals 1/T. Now you could always clear the fraction here, but I don't think it's necessary. It's actually easier just to combine the two fractions. So add these two in a calculator and get 13/210 equals 1/T. Then like we did before, flip them around again. So take 210/13 equals T/1. And then put that in the calculator. So 210 ABC 13. That makes it into a proper fraction of 16 2/13. So 16 2/13 minutes equals T. So the last step, since it says it wants you to figure how much longer it takes for Tommy and Cindy to mow the lawn than it does for Deanna and Cindy, we're going to find the two amounts differences here. And since I actually just threw these numbers together and made these kind of like random numbers, it actually didn't take longer for Tommy and Cindy. It took less time. So if it was done correctly, of course, you'd have this time be longer, but I kind of threw this together kind of fast. So you find the difference, which is 17 in the 7th minus 16 and 2/13. And again, your calculator should tell you that that equals 90 over 91, or about 1 minute longer.